Have you ever stood in front of the lion's enclosure at a modern zoo? If you really look, not just glance, but really look into the eyes of that animal, you will see the saddest thing in existence. The lion is perfectly safe. He has no natural predators. He does not have to worry about hyenas stealing his kill. He does not have to worry about drought or famine. He has comprehensive medical care. If he gets a toothache, a team of veterinarians rushes to fix it. He has a roof over his head, climate control, and protection from the storms. And most importantly, at 5 p.m. every single day, a man in a uniform arrives with a bucket of high-quality meat. The lion does not have to hunt. He does not have to fight. He does not have to stalk through the tall grass for hours, risking injury and exhaustion. He does not have to suffer. And yet, if you watch him, the lion is dying inside. He is not living. He is merely existing. He paces back and forth along the same 3 meters of concrete. He stares blankly at the wall. He sleeps 20 hours a day, not out of rest, but out of boredom. Occasionally, he might bite his own tail or chew on the bars of the cage until his gums bleed. This condition is not a metaphor. It is a documented medical reality. Biologists and veterinarians call it zoochosis. It is a psychosis caused by captivity. It is what happens when a predator, an animal designed by millions of years of evolution for struggle, challenge, and conquest, is removed from the very environment that gives his life meaning. When you remove the struggle, the brain does not become happy. The brain begins to rot. It begins to attack itself. Now I want you to turn away from the lion and look in the mirror. Look at your own life. You are safe. You have air conditioning that keeps the temperature at a perfect 72 degrees. You have an ergonomic chair with lumbar support. You have health insurance and a dental plan. You have a refrigerator full of food that you did not grow, hunt, or kill. And every 2 weeks, like clockwork, a direct deposit hits your bank account. You do not have to hunt. You do not have to kill. You do not have to fight for your survival. And yet, look at the statistics of modern society. You are depressed. You are anxious. You are chronically tired. Even though you did nothing physical all day, you feel a deep, hollow emptiness in your chest that no amount of entertainment can fill. You are suffering from human zoochosis. The office is your cage, and your salary is the feed bucket. The tragedy of the modern man is not that he is oppressed by a tyrant with a whip. The tragedy is that he has been genetically modified and socially conditioned to believe that the cage is his natural habitat. You have been told since you were a child that this safety, this predictability, this endless comfort is the ultimate goal of human existence. Go to school, get good grades, get a safe job, retire, and die. But your biology disagrees. Every cell in your body is screaming against this lie. We need to talk about the atrophy of instinct. To understand why you are miserable, you must understand where you came from. Evolution is not a concept. It is a blueprint. For 200,000 years, your ancestors lived in a world of immediate consequences. They were problem solvers. They woke up hungry. The hunger was a signal, a chemical alarm clock that said, get up, move, think, hunt, or you will die. They had to scan the horizon for threats. They had to track targets using subtle clues in the dirt. They had to coordinate with the tribe. They had to execute a kill using physical prowess and mental sharpness. Your entire neurochemistry is built for this loop, specifically your dopamine system. You have been lied to about dopamine. Pop culture tells you that dopamine is the pleasure molecule, the chemical of reward. This is false. Dopamine is the molecule of pursuit. It is the fuel of motivation. It is released not when you get the reward, but when you are working towards it. It is the chemical that makes the wolf run faster when he smells the deer. It is the chemical that makes the human focus when he is solving a complex problem. In the zoo, which is the corporate world, there is no pursuit. The meat is guaranteed. The paycheck comes whether you worked hard or hardly worked. The paycheck comes whether you killed the antelope or just sat in a meeting nodding your head. When the reward is guaranteed, the dopamine system shuts down. Why should your brain release expensive energy for a hunt if the food is already in the bowl? It doesn't. So you become lethargic. You become soft. You lose your edge. You feel a brain fog that caffeine cannot fix. This is your biology conserving energy because it perceives no challenge. You are a wolf that has been turned into a poodle. A poodle is cute. A poodle is safe. A poodle is well fed. But a poodle is a genetic tragedy. If you release a poodle into the forest, it does not know how to sniff out prey. It does not know how to defend itself. It dies in 24 hours. Deep down, in the darkest part of your mind at 3 a.m., you know this. You feel your own fragility. You know that you are dependent on the zookeeper. You know that if your boss fires you tomorrow, or if the economy crashes, or if the system collapses, you do not know how to hunt. You do not know how to make money from zero. You do not know how to generate value without permission. You only know how to beg for another cage. This fear, the fear of domestication, the fear of being useless in the real world, is the root cause of your anxiety. Let's analyze the trade-off you made. You entered into a contract with society. You sold your sovereignty for stability. It seemed seemed like a good deal at the time. I will give you 8 hours of my day, my best years, and my obedience, you said. And in return, you will ensure I don't starve. You will take care of me. But stability is an illusion. In nature, there is no such thing as stability. There are seasons. There is feast and there is famine. There are storms and there are droughts. The universe is chaotic. By artificially creating a bubble of stability, you are actually creating fragility. Nassim Taleb, one of the greatest thinkers of our time, talks about the difference between the cat and the washing machine. A washing machine is designed for stability. It works perfectly, doing the exact same thing every day, but it is fragile. If you kick it, it breaks. If the power goes out, it is useless. If one part wears out, the whole machine becomes trash. It cannot repair itself. It cannot adapt. The employee is a washing machine. He specializes in one specific task within a massive corporation. He works perfectly for 20 years. He follows the manual. He feels safe. Then, the black swan event happens. The economy shifts. Artificial intelligence arrives. The company merges or goes bankrupt. The washing machine breaks. The employee is fired at 45 years old. He is suddenly thrown into the chaos of the market, and he is destroyed. He has no general survival skills. He is specialized for a world that no longer exists. Now consider the cat. The cat is not stable. It is constantly dealing with chaos. It jumps, it falls, it fights, it gets hungry, it gets cold. But the cat is anti-fragile. When it falls, its bones get stronger. When it is hungry, its senses get sharper. Stress does not break the cat. Stress upgrades the cat. The hunter, the entrepreneur, the sovereign individual is a cat. He fails. He launches a product and nobody buys it. He starves for a month, but he learns. He adapts. He changes his strategy. He makes a kill. The hunter is constantly stressed, yes, but he is alive. And more importantly, he is robust. He can survive the storm. You think the zoo protects you? No. The zoo makes you weak so that you cannot leave. The walls are not there to keep the predators out. The walls are there to keep the livestock in. Consider the physical environment of your cage. Your biology is synchronized with the sun. For millions of years, your hormones, your sleep cycles, your digestion and your energy levels were tied to the rising and setting of the sun. The sun signals to your body when to be alert, cortisol, and when to recover, melatonin. But in the zoo, the sun is fluorescent. It buzzes at 60 Hz. It is aggressive blue light that shines down on you for 10 hours a day. It destroys your cortisol rhythm. It crashes your testosterone. You sit in a chair, the absolute worst position for the human body, for 8 hours a day. Your hips get tight. Your spine compresses. Your blood stagnates in your legs. Your metabolism slows down to a crawl. You are physically deteriorating before your own eyes. Your body is screaming for movement, for sunlight, for danger, for friction. And what do you give it? You give it a spreadsheet. You give it a Zoom meeting. You give it Slack notifications. Why? What is the purpose of this suffering? To move pixels on a screen, to fill out a report that no one reads, to optimize synergy or align brand values. This brings us to the meaning crisis. A hunter in the wild knows exactly why he hunts. He hunts to eat. He hunts to feed his children. He hunts to survive the winter. The connection between his effort and his survival is direct, tangible, and undeniable. If he works hard, he eats. If he stops, he dies. There is no existential crisis in the jungle. An office worker does not know why he works. The connection between his effort and his survival has been severed. He pushes paper, and money appears by magic 2 weeks later. He does not see the fruit of his labor. He does not see the impact. He spends his life working on projects that are ultimately meaningless to his primitive brain. Your brain asks, did we catch the deer today? Did we protect the tribe? And you have to answer, no, but we increased the email open rate by 0.5%. Your brain screams in horror. We are wasting energy. We are doing nothing of value. We are going to die. That internal scream is what you call burnout. Understand this. Burnout is not caused by working too hard. Humans are designed to work incredibly hard. Our ancestors tracked mammoths for days without sleep. Burnout is caused by working hard on things that do not matter. It is the exhaustion of the soul, not the body. It is the realization that you are trading your finite life force for something that is not real. So how do you cope? You cope by entering the simulation. Because the reality of your cage is too painful to face, you retreat into digital hallucinations. You numb yourself with supernormal stimuli. These are artificial triggers that mimic the rewards of the wild without requiring the effort. Video games mimic the hunt. You get the visual stimulus of tracking a target, the auditory feedback of a weapon, and the dopamine spike of level up. But you built nothing. You gained no skills. You fed no one. Pornography mimics reproduction. You get the visual variety of 1,000 mates, triggering your reproductive instincts without the effort of competition, social calibration, or commitment. It tricks your brain into thinking you are biologically successful while your bloodline ends with you. Fast food mimics the kill. You get the calorie density of a massive feast. Fat, sugar, salt, without the calorie expenditure of the hunt. The zoo provides these distractions to keep the animals quiet. If you are busy chasing fake dopamine on TikTok, you won't notice the bars of the cage. You won't notice that the zookeeper is harvesting your wool. You are a resource. You are a battery plugged into the matrix, generating profit for someone else until you run out of charge. And the moment you run out of charge, the moment you are no longer useful, they will replace you with a younger battery or a cheaper battery or an AI battery. But here is the most brutal truth of all, the truth that cuts the deepest. You chose the cage. The door is locked, yes, but you have the key in your pocket. You have always had the key. The problem is not the lock. The problem is that you are afraid of the jungle. You look outside the cage and you see uncertainty. You see the cold wind. You see the darkness. You see the lack of guarantees. And you look back at your feed bucket. It looks warm. It looks safe. It looks easy, so you stay. You complain to your friends. You post memes about hating Mondays. You dream of retirement, but you stay. You are a volunteer prisoner, and that is the greatest tragedy of all. A lion captured by poachers and put in a cage is a tragedy forced upon him by evil men. A man who walks into a cage, locks the door from the inside, and swallows the key. That is a tragedy he forces upon himself. We need to break the lock. We need to remember what it feels like to be hungry. In the civilized world, you have been taught that hunger is bad. You have been taught that comfort is the ultimate virtue. But biologically, hunger is not the enemy. Hunger is the fuel. Hunger is the mechanism that sharpens the senses. When a wolf is hungry, he is not depressed. He is focused. He is alert. He is dangerous. The hungry wolf runs faster than the fed wolf. The hungry wolf fights harder. Do you want to be the poodle, fat and happy on the rug, waiting for the master? Or do you want to be the wolf, cold and hungry on the mountain, but completely free? To become the wolf, you need to learn how to hunt again. You have forgotten. You have been hand-fed for too long. Your instincts have atrophied. If I dropped you in the jungle today with nothing, you would starve within a week. You would not know how to track, how to kill, or how to skin your prey. The same is true in the economic jungle. If you quit your job today with no skills and no plan, you will fail. So before we open the cage door, we need to sharpen your teeth. We need to give you a weapon. You are afraid to leave the cage. I understand that fear. It is rational. Outside the cage, there is no human resources department to listen to your complaints. There is no guaranteed paycheck that arrives whether you succeed or fail. There is no severance package. There is no sick leave. Outside, there is only the market, and the market is cold. The market is indifferent. It does not care about your feelings. It does not care if you are a nice person. It does not care if you have children to feed. It respects only one thing: value. If you leave the zoo today without a plan, you will be eaten. You will run out of money. You will panic, and you will crawl back to the zookeeper, begging for your old cage back. And that is the worst thing that can happen to a human soul: to taste freedom, to step out into the light, and then to fail and return to the dark. That breaks a man forever. So you do not just quit. You do not just walk out in a fit of rage. You prepare. You strategize. You arm yourself. You need to understand the terrain of the modern jungle. The jungle is no longer made of trees and tigers. The jungle is made of attention and algorithms. The prey is not a deer. The prey is traffic. If you can capture traffic, you can eat. If you can capture traffic, you are free. Traffic is the raw energy of the internet. It is the lifeblood of the modern economy. But hunting traffic is an art form. It requires a specific set of skills that they do not teach in the zoo. In the zoo, they teach you how to be obedient. They teach you how to follow instructions. They teach you how to color inside the lines. In the jungle, there are no instructions. There are only patterns. There is only chaos and opportunity. This is where most people fail. They try to enter the creator economy, the YouTube game, or the AI revolution, and they get slaughtered. They enter the arena unarmed. They spend months making content that no one watches. They waste thousands of dollars on ads that don't convert. They burn out because they are trying to hunt a mammoth with a dull stick. You need a rifle. You need a scope. You need a map. I have spent 12 years mapping this territory. I have lived in this jungle. I have bled in this jungle. I have tracked the algorithm through every update and every shift. I have studied the patterns of virality until I could see the matrix. I have simplified the chaos into a system. I know where the water holes are. I know where the traps are. I know how to use artificial intelligence to multiply your output so that one man can do the work of a 10-man team. I'm offering you this map. The price is $260. I want you to pause and really think about what that money represents in your life right now. $260 is a weekend of entertainment. entertainment. It is a few deliveries of expensive sushi. It is a new jacket that you don't need. It is a video game. These things are comforts. They are decorations for your cage. They make the imprisonment feel slightly more tolerable. I'm offering you a tool to dismantle the cage. For the price of a cheap distraction, you get my 12 years of experience compressed into a tactical protocol. You get the shortcuts, you get the AI workflows, you get the cheat codes to the YouTube algorithm that allow you to bypass the years of trial and error. This is the lowest barrier to entry in the history of business. 50 years ago, if you wanted to escape the working class, you needed a factory, a bank loan, and permission from the government. Today, you need a Wi-Fi connection and this knowledge, but you have to make a choice. It is an IQ test. You can keep buying comforts to numb the pain of the zoo. You can keep buying the feed bucket, or you can buy the weapon to escape it. I'm not asking you to subscribe to a course. I'm asking you if you are serious about your freedom. The link is there. The weapon is loaded. The map is drawn. If you're serious about leaving the cage, take it. If not, enjoy the feed bucket and stop complaining. Now let's assume you have the weapon. Let's assume you are ready. You must change your brain. You must adopt the hunter's mindset. In the zoo, you are paid for time. I sat here for 8 hours, give me money. This is the mindset of a prostitute. You are selling your body and your finite time for a fixed rate. It is a linear equation. You can never get rich this way because you run out of hours. In the jungle, you are paid for impact. The lion does not get paid for trying. The lion does not get paid for hours spent hunting. If the lion hunts for 10 hours and catches nothing, he starves. But if the lion hunts for 10 minutes and catches a massive buffalo, he eats for a week. This is terrifying for an employee. What if I work hard and get nothing? Yes, that is a possibility in the wild. But the flip side is also true, and this is what the zookeeper doesn't tell you. What if I work for 1 hour and make $10,000? That is also a possibility. This is called asymmetric return. In the zoo, your upside is capped. You will never make more than your boss. You are mathematically limited. In the jungle, your upside is infinite. One viral video, one perfect product launch, one smart investment, and you change your financial destiny forever. You trade safety for unlimited potential. You must learn to love the variability. You must learn to look at a day where you earn $0 and say, I am planting seeds. And you must look at a day where you earn $10,000 and say, the harvest is here. This requires you to embrace hormesis. Hormesis is a biological process where a beneficial effect results from exposure to low doses of a stressor. Muscles grow because you tear them in the gym. Stress. Bones get stronger because you load them with weight. Stress. The immune system gets stronger when it fights a virus. Stress. The zoo removes all stress. Don't worry, we have insurance. Don't worry, we have a manual. Don't worry, HR will handle the conflict. This lack of stress makes you weak. It makes you fragile. Your spirit atrophies like a muscle in a cast. When you leave the cage, the stress returns. Will I make rent this month? Will the algorithm like my video? Will this product sell? This stress is good for you. It wakes up your DNA. It sharpens your senses. It clears the brain fog. You will find that when you start hunting for yourself, your depression disappears. Why? Because your brain finally has a problem to solve that matters. Your survival is in your own hands. The connection between effort and reward is restored. This is the cure for zoochosis. Responsibility is the cure. Risk is the medicine. Let's discuss territory. In the wild, if you do not have territory, you do not mate, you do not survive. You are a wanderer, and wanderers die. In the zoo, you own nothing. Your desk is not yours. It belongs to the company. Your laptop is not yours. Your email address is not yours. Your reputation is tied to the logo on your business card. If they fire you, they take it all. They erase you. You are a tenant in someone else's kingdom. To be free, you must annex territory. In the modern world, territory is not land. Territory is digital real estate. A YouTube channel is territory. An email list is territory. A personal brand is territory. These are assets that you control. These are assets that cannot be fired. When you build an audience, you are building a fortress. If the economy crashes, you have your audience. If the platform changes, you have your email list. If the dollar collapses, you have your reputation. You are building a castle of sovereignty. Every video you upload is a brick in the wall. Every subscriber is a soldier in your army. Stop building the zookeeper's castle. He will not let you live in it when you are old. Start building your own, even if it is a small hut at first. It is better to be a king in a hut than a servant in a palace. The transition will be painful. I will not lie to you. Your friends in the zoo will mock you. Why are you working so hard on that YouTube thing? Why don't you just relax? Come watch Netflix with us. Be realistic. They are crabs in a bucket. They want to pull you back down. They see your escape attempt as an insult to their captivity. If you succeed, it proves that they could have escaped too, but they were too cowardly to try. So they want you to fail. Ignore them. They are hallucinating safety. They think the feed bucket will last forever. It won't. The zookeeper is building building robots to replace them. AI is coming for the safe jobs first. The slaughterhouse is coming. You are not risking your future by leaving. You are securing your future by learning to hunt before the food runs out. You have the map. You have the philosophy. Now you need the code of conduct. Because a hunter is not a savage. A hunter has rules. Without rules, you become a bandit. We are building kings, not criminals. Rule number 1. Kill what you eat. This is the law of radical responsibility. In the zoo, if the food doesn't come, you blame the zookeeper. You scream, you complain, you form a union, you vote for a new politician. You are a dependent child. In the jungle, if the food doesn't come, it is your fault. There is no one to blame. The deer didn't run away because it hates you. The deer ran away because you were too slow. The market didn't reject your product because it is unfair. The market rejected it because it wasn't good enough. This is a terrifying shift for a domesticated human. You lose the luxury of victimhood, but you gain the power of control. If the failure is yours, then the success is yours. You keep 100% of the meat. You don't share it with the corporation. You don't share it with the boss. You eat what you kill. And I promise you, that meat tastes better than any feed bucket you have ever touched. Rule number 2. Zero waste. Watch a predator in the wild. When he is not hunting, he is doing absolutely nothing. He is sleeping. He is conserving energy. He is sharpening his claws. He does not run in circles just to look busy. In the office, you are trained to waste energy. You sit in meetings that mean nothing. You write emails to cover your back. You pretend to work when the boss walks by to avoid punishment. This is a waste of life force. The hunter moves with precision. If an action does not bring resources, status, or protection, he does not do it. He is efficient. When you leave the cage, you must stop working hard and start working smart. Do not confuse motion with progress. A rocking chair moves, but it goes nowhere. Be the arrow, not the rocking chair. Strike only when you see the target. And when you strike, put 100% of your soul into the blow. Rule number 3. Respect the game. The jungle is indifferent to you. It does not care if you are a good person. It does not care if you have good intentions. It respects only one thing: competence. The antelope does not slow down because the lion has a limp. The algorithm does not promote your video because you tried really hard. Stop expecting the world to be fair. Fairness is a concept invented by humans to make children feel safe. Nature is not fair. Nature is just. If you are sharp, you eat. If you are dull, you starve. This sounds cold, but it is actually liberating. It means you don't need permission. You don't need nepotism. You don't need to kiss the ring. You just need to get good. If you are undeniable, the market cannot ignore you. Competence is the only currency that matters. The final choice. Now look at the door. It is open. I've given you the philosophy. I've given you the reality check. And I have offered you the weapon. The $260 protocol that compresses 12 years of hunting experience into a map you can use today. The lock is cut, but I cannot push you through the door. You have to walk through it yourself. And I will tell you what happens the moment you step out. The cold air hits your face. The fear spikes in your chest. Your brain screams, "Go back. It's safe inside. Go back to the feed bucket." But then you take a breath and you realize that the air outside is fresh. It doesn't smell of recycled air and stale coffee. It smells of possibility. It smells of blood and pine and ozone. You realize that the cage wasn't protecting you. It was suffocating you. You are not a poodle. You are a wolf. And the wolf does not belong in a box. The wolf belongs to the endless horizon. The sun is rising. The hunt begins. Are you coming? This is the primal code. End of transmission.